Hello guys, welcome back to Dragonfire Outdoors. I know I haven't posted for a while, but finals are officially over in college, so I'll be able to get out in the woods more often, go do some more outdoorsy things here after the holidays at least. Wait, that reminds me, I feel like I'm not even ready for holidays. Just one second. Oh man, I feel a lot better. Oh gosh, I feel 10 times better. Oh man. So if you guys were wondering what today's video is about, I kind of don't know. I just kind of wanted to shoot a quick video before the holidays. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to be a better outdoorsman before you get to the field. And I think the best way to do this is to show you what I use to become a better outdoorsman. So I'm going to give you guys some things here, not really give you guys, but show you guys some things that I read, look at, watch before I go out hunting that gives me good tips and advice, tricks, and all that fun stuff before I actually go hunting, and give you guys some ideas of how you can get a hold of these like informational sources that I use. You guys are probably not really think I'm a very trustworthy hunter or anything like that because the lack of deer I've shot on my channel, but I still see deer consistently, and I'm working on becoming better myself. So I really think these tips here are kind of a good solid ground to start on. And let's just get right into it. The first thing most of us get whenever you want to start out being a hunter, and what I think gives a lot of advice, and they prove themselves in this, is videos. If you go watch those old hunting videos like monster bucks, I got like one of the monster bucks, like 4 or 6 or whatever this is, I don't know, Roman numerals aren't very my thing, but I got an old VCR tape where I used to watch monster bucks from Realtree. It's one of my favorite things I used to watch when I was younger. It got me real into the outdoors. I used to watch Realtree. I also got like a turkey hunting one I used to watch all the time. Mossy Oak Megabucks. You know, all these different guys going out there hunting, and you can learn from these. They, like the old Realtree monster bucks, they used to sit down on a couch and just explain how they went out and killed these deer. They still offer up things nowadays to go hunting and stuff with. If you want to go fishing, I'd say the best DVDs are the Bass Pros. They give you tips and tricks. You know, the hottest. It's one of the hottest bass fishing shows on TV. This one here gave me 11 episodes, but it gives you like the latest techniques from the pros. So those are really good, especially around Christmas time. If you have like a hunter or something inside your family, you can get most of these things I'm getting ready to show you for like Christmas presents. I think these things are like the best things you can get for a starting hunter or even an avid hunter. If they watch these things, they can learn from it if they're willing to. I mean, these guys give you tips and tricks on how to do it, and you can apply those tips and stuff to how you hunt and fish. So I think that's something you guys should appreciate with these videos. I mean, especially like the Drury Outdoors. Drury Outdoors are made up of the families of like Mark and Terry Drury, 2 brothers that hunt all the time, and they got their whole family into it. And trust me, I mean, these guys know what they're talking about. Chasing the Rut, I never heard of these guys, so I found their DVD. I guess they hunt in their free time and stuff. So, and they have day jobs and they hunt like everyone else. But it's big bucks dropping. They have good tips in there of how they set up their like tree stands and stuff along fields and different food plot ideas. Another one is Hunter Specialties, Primetime Bucks is what this one is. Hunter Specialties are very good at what they do also. I got another one that's like a Primo's DVD someplace. yeah, this one comes with like a Primo's hunting DVD, because like Primo's and Hunter Specialties both make calls, and they had to test out the product somehow, and like this one here inside that other DVD shows how they use the calls, like their different type of calling strategies to get deer to come to them. Then you also got the traditional Monster Buck DVDs with the Real Tree Crew. I mean, these guys have been hunting for years. They're kind of like the starters of the industry, I really think. Them with the Mega Buck series. And you also got some newer guys like Buck Commander. I mean, these are celebrities out there hunting, you know, but they are still going out there and getting the job done. If you want to learn something, learn by the people that are actually getting the job done. So those DVDs you can find in like your local outdoor shelves and everything like that. But if you want to, you know, do something more modern, you go on YouTube and you can find like Real Tree Outdoors on YouTube here. Go up to that search bar, you can search for Drury Outdoors. I've been listening to their Wild 100% Wild podcast that comes out every week, a few weeks, you know. It is full of information about their hunting season and how they handle their season. And you can also go to Wired to Hunt, and like another place is Wired to Fish. Those two are big sources of information on how the weather's moving and how the rut activity across the nation here. And like, I think they have a rut radio hour every few weeks during the rut. And Wired to Hunt does that thing. I think it's ran by Mark Kenyon, and he explains through different interviews across the nation how the rut activity is going. And I really enjoy listening to that. It makes me want to go out and hunt more, and it also tells me when the activity is just right to go hunting. And if you don't hunt very often, videos that they produce tell you about the rut activity and when to hunt. So if you don't hunt very often, you can schedule your time to go hunting more efficiently. Yeah, I can't speak today. Sorry, guys. Another great place to look for tips is like Field and Stream. Field and Stream, they're really good at giving you quick hunting tips. I got like a big stack of just old magazines from like my aunt's place. She just had like a stack of them where they've been getting it. My aunt and uncle got these magazines for a long time, but even if it's like old magazines, they still have tips and tricks that can help you today, because deer haven't really changed that much since we started hunting them. Of course, populations probably increased, but they're still relatively the same animal, you know. So the same techniques that help them kill a whitetail 20 years ago could still be applied today. And like these guys started out, these guys are the ones who found the ideas to go hunting with. So if that's something you're into, like if you like reading and you think your hunter likes reading, this would be a good birthday or Christmas gift, you know. Just give them a subscription to one of these magazines. For fishermen, if you're a fisherman, I know I've been talking about a lot of things like hunting and stuff like that, but if you're a fisherman, Bassmaster Magazine, they give you tips for fishing different baits and different lures. Whenever I was in high school doing the bass fishing tournaments for high school, me and my cousin would talk to some of the guys up there at the tournaments, and they were talking about different tips and tricks on how they use baits. And I met this one guy up there. He was actually a writer for Bassmaster at one time, and he gives good tips inside his things here. But heck, it teaches you why, like this one here, teaches you why lipless cranks get like an A+ is what it says, and it says page 73, so I'm going to turn to 73 here just to give you guys an example. And it's basically, if I read just the title here and judge it off the title, it tells you how to trigger some schools of fish just by using your lipless crankbaits. So that's a good tip. I mean, if you never use the lipless crankbait in your life, and this one set of water is fished with just lipless crankbaits and stuff like that, you can pull out your magazine and oh my, it has all the tips you need to pinpoint a school of fish and alter your equipment necessary for that body of water. Also, another good book to read if you really just want to, read up on something about hunting. My mom and dad got me this from a yard sale, but this is an old Boone and Crockett records of North American white-tailed deer. It just shows like all the different records from every state. Boone and Crockett, it's interesting. Get somebody that has been hunting a while, see if like any of their family members got any deer inside the record books. I don't know what the lowest score goes to. I think it's in the 100s, like 130-inch deer is what I think I've seen the lowest one in here. But if you got family members that have record deer or something, like this one here, I think it's 170 up. But if you got family members that had record deer before, you could look that up and you could find out how they got that. I also got some other books. The North American Fishing Club. I also got the North American Whitetail and North American Elk Association books too around here someplace. I don't know exactly where they're at. But this one here is Find Fish Anywhere, Anytime. Basically, bass fishing across the nation is basically the same. You find like different key sources to fish off of, like how good the temperature is, the depth of water, the clarity, the weather conditions, and the amount of oxygen in the water at the time. And this tells you all about that. And it doesn't include just bass fishing. If you are a trout fisherman or you are a cat fisherman, you can use those techniques to apply to your different field. Also, if you're a big fisherman and you want to be in that field of outdoors, I really think you guys should educate yourself on the different types of fish. And like, I am in Missouri, so I got like a book on the fishes of Missouri. Just to know that the different types of species you'll encounter while you're out there fishing. If you catch something you don't know, different legalities on how to release it and everything. Just know the things that you are around and what you're doing. This also gives you tips on like different waters and stuff like that, and how to measure fish and how to identify fish. Say you're fishing black bass species for a tournament and you don't know what type of species there are. In Missouri, the different types like meanmouth, and a bunch of different other random ones that you really don't know. You got smallmouth, largemouth, Kentucky, spot. Kentuckies and spots are the same, whatever. But you see, you wouldn't know that unless you looked it up beforehand. So I'd say get you a book on the different types of fish and stuff in your area. I'll grab you another book here in just 1 second. I'm not going to cut this out of the video because I'm going to continue talking to you guys because I haven't talked to you guys in a while. But if you're an elk hunter or if you're just a regular outdoorsman, some good things to look at are some different books. Oh gosh, can't find my whitetail book. However, I got different things for you. Elk Essentials. This is from the North American Hunting Club. They put out a bunch of good books. You can subscribe to them somewhere online, probably. I'm not subscribed. I keep finding these books everywhere at yard sales for like 10 cents, $1, $2. But those things are key if you want to be an outdoorsman. Let me just read some of the introductions here. This is before the millennium here. It tells all about elk, gives you some information about elk and where they're located and what are they. You got the Rocky Mountain elk, the Roosevelt elks, Manitoba elk, Tule elk. I really didn't know the different species of elk. You know, I still don't know because I have not educated myself on it because I haven't hunted them. But if I would ever hunt them, I'd probably read something up like this. So do your research before you go out and try and hunt. This one here is the Pope and Young records, and they're just as broad as like the Boone and Crockett ones. Pope and Young records. It's a 1999 edition, but records like this don't really change very much unless you get like another world record deer. You know, that's like 300 inches, and that's pretty significant. But your goals is to get into these books, and like starting out in these books is like in the Pope and Young's 130, 125 inch deer, and to get to those points, you need to know where the line is in the sand to go. And also, one big thing I really like to look through every year, I don't know why, but when I go hunting or fishing, I always like looking through like the Bass Pro Shop catalogs and the Cabela's catalogs, because they have a lot of interesting different tools and gear that you might want to buy. So before you go hunting, or if you're just starting out as being an outdoorsman, you can look at these catalogs, and they will have the newest things you could buy for your trip. Different things you might have never thought of to get for your trip, and all be in that catalog. So otherwise, do your research before you go out. If you're just starting, make sure you read up on some stuff so you know a little bit before you walk into a situation where you're just don't know anything. Might as well know a little bit before you get started. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, guys. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to this video. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.